Hey guys, it's me, Seren, back with another video. This is another highly requested video, which I said in my last video that I might do a follow-up on the Super Bowl halftime show based on how I felt about it. And this is going to be a video on the Super Bowl halftime show, but I'm probably not going to say what you think I'm going to say in this video, so let's get right into it. I'm going to get to the Beyonce stuff fast because this video is not really going to be about Beyonce, even though, like I said, I know that's probably what you guys are expecting, but this video is not really going to be about Beyonce. So let's get to the Beyonce stuff really quick. I loved her performance. I thought it was awesome. I felt like she was serving like marching band realness. She was like down on the field. She had this like Michael Jackson tribute costume on with these like gold X's. She had her backup dancers dressed as Black Panthers with natural hair and berets, and they had all black on. It was the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Black Panther, so that was kind of a nice nod. And I liked it. I had said in my video that I was concerned that she might water down, you know, obviously that was the first time we've ever seen her perform that song, but like compared to the video, I was concerned that she might water down like some of the strong like tones and messages of the video, but she definitely didn't. She kind of like went all in like, well, this is formation. We're doing it at the Super Bowl. Let's do it. Like, which I really, really liked. I liked her performance a lot. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really, really, really good to see. And it's so funny because I saw on Twitter, somebody had videoed their white family watching it, and these white people were just sitting there like they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to take it. They didn't know how to react. The internet has really been exploding with these think pieces and these confused ass white people, and it's just like it's not for you, it's for us, so sorry, like that's it. So yeah, I liked it. So moving past that, there were too many artists not named Beyonce. Coldplay, I guess Coldplay was supposed to be the main performance, which who even knew that? Because everyone tuned in to see Beyonce in this formation performance. Like I'm literally sitting there watching this shit like, I'm just trying to see Beyonce. I'm just trying to see this formation. Coldplay performed like 5 fucking songs, old ass songs. I felt like I went back in time in a time machine, back to like 2008. Like, oh, I like this song in college. Like, oh, this is cool. Like, you know. So Coldplay was meh, you know, they're old and whatever. But I hate Bruno Mars. That is going to be the meat and potatoes of this video. I hate Bruno Mars. I have never liked Bruno Mars. I have never been a fan of Bruno Mars. Something about Bruno Mars has always rubbed me the wrong way, similar to Adele and Ed Sheeran and Sam Smith and all of them, except people act like Bruno Mars gets some kind of pass because he's not white. I believe he's Filipino. Please feel free to correct me. Excuse me. People like to give Bruno Mars this pass because he's not white, because he's like a non-black POC, person of color. People like to act like Bruno Mars exists in this like space where a lot of the shit that he says and does is cool, but a lot of the shit that this dude says and does is not cool. Like, I feel like Bruno Mars is a fucking culture vulture. I feel like he is the prime example of a non-black POC that feels like he gets a pass, and that people give him a pass for a lot of the fucked up shit that he says and does. But it's like, no, my nigga, like, no, like, you're not black. Like, you are not black. You're not black. I'm sorry. I saw people talking about, like, yes, like, look at Bruno Mars with, like, his all black leather outfit and his gold chains. Like, look at all this melanin on stage. Like, yes, Bruno Mars does have melanin, but Bruno Mars is not black. So when Bruno Mars fucking dresses up like Run DMC and the fucking B-boys and shit, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. It's not the same as like, and this is my bias, but it's not the same as like Afro-Latinos, obviously, you know, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, New Yorkers, people that helped build up hip-hop with black people. Like, this is not that. And white people like Bruno Mars, and Bruno Mars flips that switch like the fucking Australian Voldemort. Like I said in my video on her, you know, she can go out on Good Morning America dressed a certain way, you know, dressed up like Nicki Minaj, makeup like Nicki Minaj, hair done like Nicki Minaj, and fucking rap about pussy this, pussy that, I'm so fancy this, I'm the realest. But then at the end of that performance, she can go sit on the Good Morning America couch and turn that shit off and be a cute little white girl with an Australian accent again. And I get that same kind of vibe with Bruno Mars, except he's a POC. He's a non-black POC, so he's non-threatening. So Bruno Mars can go on the Super Bowl and say, "Don't believe me, just watch," which I fucking hate that fucking song. I fucking hate that fucking Uptown Funk song. Bruno Mars can go on fucking the Super Bowl and say, "Don't believe me, just watch, dressed in all black, you know, head to toe leather with big gold chains," but like Trinidad James can't go on the Super Bowl and say, "Don't believe me, just watch," dressed in all, you know, black with all gold everything with gold chains. Trinidad James can't go on the Super Bowl and do that. You know, they don't even invite rap artists to the Super Bowl. They had Coldplay, like Bruno Mars, Beyonce for the second time in 3 years, because there's not enough big pop acts that, you know, kind of fit into that Super Bowl slot. Like Adele sings like, you know, love music, whatever. She doesn't really fit into that slot. Like Katy Perry, who's another culture vulture that they had last year. You know, there's only a very select few, you know, caliber of artists that can even get into that slot, because right now the dominant mainstream culture in terms of music is hip-hop culture, is rap culture, and the Super Bowl being part of this racist establishment of the NFL, which is racist, which is very reminiscent of slavery. There's a whole lot of race shit wrapped up in the NFL, where you have like the mostly black players running around getting hit, taking these hits, working for the mostly white quarterbacks that aren't supposed to run. You know, Cam Newton is really an exception. But you know, they're really not supposed to run. They're supposed to just like hang back and throw the ball, a majority white dominant position. We have the white coaches, the white, you know, staff, the white owners, the GMs, you know, Rooney Mara and her sister, not Rooney Mara, their family owns, I want to say, like the Giants and the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, you know, you have these same old money white people that own these teams, that really own these players, you know, and now we find out that these players, you know, they're taking these hits, they're getting these concussions, they're killing themselves, they're killing other people. You know, there's a whole lot of shit wrapped up in the NFL. Race shit, especially, like a lot of racial shit. And they refuse to have a rap artist. You know, Future had a huge year. They would never have Future, you know, perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. But they would have somebody like Bruno Mars, who's a non-black, aka non-threatening POC, dress up in gold chains and leather and go on the Super Bowl and say, "Don't believe me, just watch," you know? But not Trinidad James, who actually made that shit up, you know? I remember one time I was in a sandwich shop. This was the first time I ever even heard that Uptown Funk song, so maybe like a year or two ago, or maybe even longer than that, depending on how old the song is. It's been a while. I was in a sandwich shop, and the song came on the radio, because they had like Pandora or something playing, and I heard "Don't Believe Me, Just Watch," and I was like, what? And I looked it up, and I was like, of course it's fucking Bruno Mars. Of course it's fucking Bruno Mars, culture vulture, non-black POC ass, who borrows very heavily, very liberally from black culture, from hip-hop culture, you know, dressing up and dancing like James Brown, Janelle Monáe. Like, does he have a great voice? Can he put on a hell of a performance? Yes, and I understand why people like him as an entertainer, but it's like they refuse to play rap artists at the Super Bowl. Like, they refuse to invite rap artists, huge rap artists, to the Super Bowl. You know, they've had Beyonce twice, but they have not had a Nicki Minaj. They have not even had Rihanna, who they allegedly were in talks to invite, but then they shied away because of, you know, her bad girl image and her domestic dispute, which a lot of people said, oh, so you're like punishing her for being the victim of domestic dispute. Like, you won't play a Nicki Minaj or a Rihanna or a Trinidad James or a Future who had a great year, or a Fetty Wap who had a great year, but you will play Bruno Mars, who's a non-black pop artist that borrows very heavily from black culture. And you will have him and his whole team dressed up in, like I said, like Run DMC with like all black shit on and gold chains, but you won't put actual black people on there, you know? And I fucking hate Bruno Mars. Like, at the end of the day, he gets a pass from these people, the NFL, whatever channel that shit came on, I don't even know what NBC, whatever, you know, because he's not black. Just like at the end of the day, Australian Voldemort got a pass from these people because she was not black, you know? it's the same thing of, you know, love black culture, hate black people, you know? Have they even had like a Janelle Monáe or something like that on the Super Bowl? No, but they'll have like a Bruno Mars. And again, it comes down to the non-threatening, you know, non-black. You know, they had Beyonce just because Beyonce is like the biggest artist ever right now, and she does have a lot of pop-friendly music, and people didn't like her performance of Formation. A lot of white people don't like that song. They don't like that video. Now they're talking about, oh, we're going to boycott Beyonce. We're not going to go see her new concert because she's talking about, I don't know, anti-police. I don't know. White people are crazy. I don't even know the type of shit they be saying. They just be making shit up. She's anti this and that. I read some stuff and I was just like, you just made all this shit up in your head. But, you know, it's like, you have to be an acceptable Negro to be invited onto something like the Super Bowl halftime show, which Beyonce definitely is, even though, like I said, with Formation, she's kind of like finally making a more public stance on her blackness, I guess. And people like Bruno Mars exist in that sweet spot of like almost an acceptable Negro, except I'm not a Negro, like, but I'm a person of color, so I can fulfill your diversity quota, and I'm also gonna get a pass from black people from borrowing their shit, because technically I'm not white, like, and I don't think that's an accident. I think he's really cognizant of what he's doing. I think he's aware, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all. Like, I fucking hate this guy, Bruno Mars. Like, I really fucking despise him. And every time I hear that fucking song, I just want to, like, yo, shut up. Like, it's not fair, you know? Because Uptown Funk is a big, big, big song. And I believe said that he did pay Trinidad James to use that quote, "Don't believe me, just watch." But it's like Trinidad James is not getting played on the Super Bowl. Like, all go everything, nigga, 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 is not getting played at the Super Bowl. It's not getting played at the sandwich shop. Like, it's not getting played, you know, in these spaces, but Bruno Mars is. So, like I said, I know this is probably completely not what you guys were expecting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. I know probably a lot of you are going to be like, I love Bruno Mars, because I know he has like a big ass black fan base. I'm not part of it. But I did enjoy Beyonce's performance. I thought it was great. And the song Formation it's growing on me. Like, I wasn't that like, I liked the song, but I didn't like it as much as the video. But now that I've watched the video a whole bunch of times, I have found that the song is growing on me. I did like seeing it perform live. I loved, again, seeing her on the field serving marching band realness, the backup dancers. Like, I loved that. But then it was just like Coldplay. So y'all will invite old ass Coldplay over like an artist that's more relevant, just because the artists that are relevant right now are mostly rap artists, and they like refuse. But again, they'll put Bruno Mars saying "Don't believe me, just watch," just like Run DMC. So, you know, love black culture, hate black people, as always. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like Bruno Mars? Did you like Beyonce's performance? So sad that Cam Newton lost, but I wasn't that surprised because that was his first trip to the Super Bowl, and that is a different, you know, amount of pressure than playing in the regular season. I would have been really surprised and ecstatic if he won, but I don't really feel no type of way that he lost. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Food for section. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Food for thought, as always. Peace.